And we're going to send things back out to Leander. We have Rob and Yvonne out there today to tell us more about this wonderful town.
Yeah, we are back out here at the Pat Bryson Municipal Hall talking about all the history in Leander, and there is a lot of history, joined by Kip Harmon, the Leander Historical Preservation Commission. Good morning, sir, and thank you for joining us. Appreciate it.
Good morning.
We talked a little bit about the history
Yes.
in her story a
With
moment ago,
Baghdad.
but there is so much history here. What are you most excited about when it comes to history of Leander and the surrounding areas too?
Well, in prehistory, the Tonkawa, who were the Native Americans, called this land the land of good water. Thinking about Brushy Creek, St. Gabriel, obviously some great living going on here prior to the settlers that came here from the United States. And as the settlers moved in the 1830s, the town of Baghdad started to grow, which is was about a mile west of the downtown Leander area. And that town grew into a rather large community, actually, by the 1850s when it got its name.
Speaking of the town of Baghdad, I know in my story we kind of touched upon it when Bridget talked to us about the fact that back then, when the train came through, a lot of people said, not in our area. We don't want it in our backyard, so to speak. They did not want the train. And then soon they realized, no, this is a sign of progress. This is a sign of economy, of growth, right? So then they changed their tune, so to speak.
Yes, in 1882, when the railroad came through and they platted out the land here in downtown Leander, folks started moving over to the railroad, obviously because of business and industry. So there were a couple of gins here in Leander, and also several stores. And as the town grew, folks continued to migrate from Baghdad and other locations actually into Leander.
It's absolutely just boomed since the 1970s. I think it was a handful of thousands of people, and now there's 60, 70,000 people.
I'm pretty sure we're at around 85,000.
Oh boy!
Yeah.
Since we've been speaking, it's grown.
Just growing, yes.
But seriously, it just shows the growth here. As you've seen this growth, what do you want to say about what you've just witnessed with the history and the growth of this city?
Well, I think we have families are what makes Leander special.
I've heard that more than once, yeah.
And if you go back in our history, we have a lot of founding families, families that moved here for prosperity and for growth and the opportunities that Texas offered them. And I think that a lot of people moved to Leander for those same reasons, the opportunities that Leander and the Austin area provides them.
And they've got actually some of the founding fathers, I guess, in the Baghdad Cemetery, right? Just about a mile west of here.
Several of them are buried there. The Masons are buried there. And we also have another local family, Bryson, who has people that are buried in that area too.
And then I love the Austin connection with Leander Brown. Now was the Austin mayor for a couple of years. So it's all kind of connected here. I like that.
Absolutely.